Hi, so today is International Doggy Day, right? Which is the 26th of August every year, where not only do we use this day to spoil our fur babies, but we also use it to promote adoption and, giving a dog their forever home. We have a lot of rescuers and shelters here in Trinidad and Tobago, like TTSPCA. You have Trinidad and Tobago, and then you would have like Animals Alive, Animals 360, you have the TARAN, and you have the Mustafa's Project. I'm sure that there are more, but that's just to name a few. If you go on everyone's social media that I just called out, you will see the vast amount of doggies that need forever homes. Because somehow or the other, we have people in Trinidad who are not responsible and they don't get their dogs spayed or neutered. And then that would cause a lot more issues with puppies being born, and then they put them in a box and they abandon them at the side of the road. Or they put them in a garbage bag and tie them up and try to suffocate them or throw them in a river or a garbage heap. Then you have the Good Samaritans, the God-sent people who take in these dogs and try to find a home for them. Not all the rescuers can help every single dog, because I'm sure that they are overwhelmed at some point in time, and all of these are non-profit, so it's hard at most times. So it's our job as citizens to try and help where we can. If you can't adopt a dog from the shelter or from one of the rescuers, or you can't take care of the dog for a little while, you can contribute towards food or their vet bills. There are a lot of things that we can do even though we cannot house a dog, right? Like my doggy Zoe, she's not good with other dogs because she loves all the attention, right? And if you do not have a fenced yard and you put any dog outside, then that's another issue. Okay? So it's really up to what you can do. You can't house a dog, you can't fence your yard to house a dog or adopt a dog. You could give a little small contribution. I mean, animals can't speak for themselves. They bring so much joy and love once you have one. Right? Don't study how much work it is or the mess that they make. The love from a dog is so unconditional. You wouldn't believe, trust me. And those of you who have fur babies at home, I'm sure that you all know what I'm talking about. So he's not a very social person, so she gone already. Anyway, I just want to encourage everybody to try and do something. When you reach the end of your life, or you know that, hey, some people know that they're going to die. Some people get old and you reflect on your life. Be that person that when you reflect on your life, you are happy with who you were and what you did. Whether you help children, people, or dogs, help somebody. There's always some way in which you can help. If you cannot, like I said, adopt or shelter a dog for now, and you could contribute to their food, there are various networks in which you can do so. Animals Alive shared a post recently where they needed food, and the Mustafa Project, she is always taking in dogs and footing vet bills, so she does little promotional stuff to raise funds. It's not really much, but it's still something, and she has a lot of dogs up on her Facebook page. You can go check it out, the Mustafa Project. Animals 360 will have dogs up as well, and TTSPCA, right? All dogs need love irregardless. You could have a puppy that is a pit bull, and the way you train this dog, the dog is going to be so loving and care. It depends on how you bring up the dog and how you train the dog. Okay? So whether you decide to contribute funds, whether it be $20, $100, whatever you think that you could contribute, or you think that, okay, you want to contribute towards a vet bill instead of the food bill, or you want to contribute transportation. So if someone decides to rescue a dog or give the dog a home, and it's from one of the rescuers, the person who's rescuing don't have transport, you can always, offer transport if you have a vehicle where you can do so. There are so many little things that you can do to help, right? So on International Dog Day, as today, I just wanted to shed some light on the situation where we have a lot of dogs up for adoption. It's so heartbreaking to see them, the photos, they need a home, and knowing how my dog here is spoiled. I mean, people talk about spoiling your kids, and she's spoiled. So as much as I would love to share my love with another dog, I can't because of my restrictions with my current dog. And I don't want to put another dog in a hostile environment where when I'm not home, they fight, So I will do my part otherwise. Everybody could help, everybody could contribute. It depends on what you want to do. You can volunteer. TTSPCA accept volunteers at their location. You could contact them for more information. And what else I wanted to talk about was when you actually get a dog. Getting a dog for me is not an easy thing. You have to take a lot of things into consideration. If you get a puppy, you have to make sure that they get all their vaccines, all their shots. Not just the first one, they have to get all, because they could get sick. When they get sick, you have to take them to the vet, so you have vet bills. So you have to make sure that you are willing to spend the money to take this dog to the vet, right? To make sure that they get vaccinated in case anything happens to them and they do get sick, that you could take the dog to the vet. Because I see a lot of people on social media saying that their dog not eating, or the dog vomiting blood, or things like that. Drastic situations where they're asking for help on social media, but they're not taking the dog to a vet. Social media really is not the place. You need to take the dog to a professional, because there are things that you may not notice, right? The dog cannot talk to tell you what's wrong with him or her, and the vet will be better equipped to let you know or do tests to know what is really wrong with the dog, right? You have to be able to feed them nutritional food, dog chow, or whatever it is nutritional for them. Remember, bones are not good, not healthy. You could Google what you could give the dog and what you can't give the dog. Too much of one thing, not good. Too much liver will get them constipated. That kind of thing, right? Then you have to be able to spend time with a dog. So you have to devote time. We said money already, so we're on time. You have to devote time to a dog. Show them love, attention, care, right? Care. Make sure you check their ears. Make sure you check them to make sure they have no fleas and ticks. Make sure you give them the proper treatment for those things to make sure that they don't get fleas and ticks. And then there's something called tick fever that you have to look out for. I've seen a lot of dogs infested with ticks and fleas, right? At some point in time, most people in Trinidad would have had lice. Having lice is not a nice thing. I had that when I was small, and it was real uncomfortable. And that's just in my head, right? Imagine a dog entire body is fleas and ticks. So it's scratchy, it's frustrating, right? So we want to make sure that we take care of the dog properly, make sure that they don't have fleas and ticks. If a tick that is infected with tick fever bites them, definitely they are going to get sick and you need to take them to the vet. There's nothing you can do at home. Your dog is going to die if you don't take them to the vet, because the last scenario is when blood starts to come out, right? And your dog is in dying stage. We don't want that to happen. All these things you take into consideration when you're getting a dog. Time to potty train them. My dog is potty trained. If she wants to go outside to do her number, she will bark at me. She will stand up by the door and she will bark. Other than that, on the morning and afternoon, she goes outside and she does her stuff. A lot of people use these pee-pee pads for dogs that are inside. That is fine as well, once they know that that's where they are going, right? So you take time to potty train your dog. You take time and you play with your dog. You walk your dog. Walking your dog is bonding time, right? All these things you have to take into consideration. If you don't have any kids and you get a puppy, you're going to have to be looking at your puppy's poop. Because if anything happens to the dog, the vet is going to ask you, how is their stool? Hard, soft, watery? Yes, we need to know that. When we have babies as well, I don't have any babies, but I've been to a pediatrician visit with my nephew. They ask you, how is the baby's poop? To know, if the baby is healthy, having a healthy bowel movement and all of that. Same thing with dogs, right? Grooming your dog. So you're bathing your dog, you're brushing your dog's fur so that they don't get matted, you're cutting their nails, you're cleaning their ear, you're keeping them clean and healthy. Healthy being healthy body-wise, clean on the outside, make sure you give them stuff on the inside healthy. Once your dog is happy and free from flea and ticks, free from matted fur, which a lot of people ask me, what do you mean by matting? Rasta hair is matted, right? If that's what we would say, okay, the dog have a little rasta janks, that's matted fur. Once you cannot pass your hand freely through that fur and it's knotted at some point, it's matted, it's uncomfortable for them. Very uncomfortable, it pulls, especially when they are walking and they're moving around. Right? It's not a nice experience. If your dog has fleas or ticks, has matted fur, dirty ears, bad dental, the nails are too long where it could break and it could break in the wrong place and it'll be painful, your dog is not going to be healthy because his or her mind is going to be unhappy. A happy dog is a healthy dog, especially if you give them the right things to eat. You give them, some dogs eat fruits and vegetables, that's fine. You just Google what you're not supposed to give them and you'll be okay, right? So even though everyone is posting their dogs on social media, happy International Doggy Day to all your fur babies, and we love to see the photos of everyone's dog. Just remember how you're supposed to upkeep your doggy. Your dog can't tell you when something's wrong with them, so you need to monitor them. If you find they're not eating properly, you call the vet. People have dogs that get mange, all those things, you make sure you get proper treatment for them. Sometimes it's costly, but it's better to spend a little extra money and go to the vet rather than something terrible goes wrong with your dog. It's going to hurt you so much in your heart to know that you didn't do your best, right? So going forward, I would just like to encourage people, please adopt. I know a lot of people buy all these hybrid dogs, Maltipoo, Maltese, German Shepherd, Golden Retrievers, Pit Bulls, all well and fine. It's your money, it's your preference. If you just want to get a dog, please adopt. Adopting a dog is like adopting a child. The love you're gonna get, trust me. Dogs have unconditional love. Sometimes, you wonder what you do to deserve this love from this dog. When I leave here and I come back home, she's screaming for me to open the door so she could see me. She's happy. I don't think anyone in this world will be as happy as your dog to see you once you treat them well, right? So you give them little treats, you celebrate their birthday. Some people do that. It's not weird, it's not, right? You show your dog appreciation, and that dog is your best friend. So not only are we going to be posting our dogs, even though you can't adopt or you can't volunteer or you can't contribute, share a post. Go to any one of those pages and share one of the posts where the dog is looking for a forever home or the puppy is looking for a forever home. That is another way you can help. There are many ways in which you can help without it being monetary, right? You already have internet. What it is to share a post, you don't have to pay to do that. Share the post, like we share posts when pets are missing. Share the post that the pet is looking for a forever home, right? You could share it to groups, you could share it to your personal page, you could share it on your WhatsApp. I know we have blessed people in Trinidad and Tobago. I am proud to be a Trini, and I am so proud of all those people who rescue dogs and shelter dogs. I always see Mustafa's project on Facebook. Even though she is overwhelmed, she still helps dogs that come in, right? That doesn't mean we are going to bombard these people. If we can help, we help, right? You don't call them because they are the people who rescue dogs. Try and do a little something yourself. When you do something good, you feel good. I'm not telling you to do it to feel good or do it for fame, but there's just this feeling of fulfillment when you do something good. I'm telling you, it's the best feeling in the world other than the love for my dog. Helping somebody who cannot help themselves, right? To those irresponsible owners who do not spay and neuter your dogs and your dogs end up having puppies, please give your dog up for adoption. If you cannot spay or neuter your dog and the dog makes pups and then you put them in a box somewhere at the side of the road, how inhumane is that, right? Spend the money and get them neutered and spayed, please. A little goes a long way. If you know that you treat your dog bad and your dog tie up outside or chain up outside whole day, what kind of life is that? How you would feel to be chained to the same spot all day? You can't go further than a few feet. That's not nice. You wouldn't like that done to you. Why are you doing it to the dog? Right? You have a dog locked up in a kennel and the kennel literally is like me in a box. Would you like to stay in a box all day? No. I really doubt that. A box with no AC. Everybody these days like AC because the place is very hot. You have a dog locked up in a kennel with just water and food. Some dogs I don't even see food, I just see the water. Some dogs don't even have water. Outside these days really hot. Why are they doing the dogs that? What them ever do all is so bad? Please guys, like I say, take care of your dog. As today being International Dog Day, do something to help. A little goes a long way. A happy dog is a healthy dog, right? If you know that you're giving your dog something to eat and they getting like a rash on their skin or they're scratching or something, definitely if you change your chow, it's a chow, right? Go to the vet, speak to the vet about the issues you're having. If you know it's definitely you changed the chow and they're having a bad reaction, don't give them that chow anymore just because you buy a big bag. Change it. You wouldn't be drinking the same type of milk and it's hurting your belly, you're giving you diarrhea and you're going to the toilet every time. You will still drink that milk even though you buy a whole case? What are you giving the dog the food for if it's not agreeing with them? You understand? It have plenty of foods out there that have ingredients where, you know, it will help the dog if the dog has certain allergies. Do a little research, right? Or y'all could message me on Facebook or Instagram. I will try to respond to different type of questions if you want. Trendy Paws Grooming. And I will love to help animals, right? In whichever way I can. I will give you advice. It's not a problem for you to message me and I will respond when I can based on what I know, right? Any medical questions, as for a vet, I am not a vet, I am just a dog groomer. And I did a veterinary assistant course just so that I can know certain things with doggies, but please take care of your pet. If you spell D-O-G backwards, you will get G-O-D. Stranger, to me that means something. So I hope all your fur babies enjoy their International Doggy Day, and I know that most of them are going to get so spoiled today, more than they already are. And you know, God is love. Love your dog. That dog gonna love you unconditionally. Remember, a healthy dog is a happy dog. Remember the names that you can check on Facebook or Instagram. TTSPCA to Adopt Dogs, the Mustafa Project, Animals Alive, Animals 360, TRN, and whichever more they have, right? You could probably comment on the video and let us know whoever else has dogs for adoption, and help a dog in whichever way you can. You can help him by just sharing your post like I said. Let's do something. We can do it. Thank you for watching this video.